Hey, life is about experimentation. Experimenting with different activities, different people, different places, different ideas, different experiences. Experimentation. Experimentation. The more you experiment, the more you learn about yourself, and the more you learn about the world around you, and just the more comprehensive of a picture you get on life and the world that we live in. So I try to experiment socially a lot. I experiment socially. I will talk to new people who I don't usually talk to, different types of people that do activities that I usually don't engage in, or may work in an occupation that I usually don't have exposure to. I will experiment with different activities. I have traveled a lot. I've experimented with different places and different cultures and different perspectives, different ways of living. And that ties into kind of like the general theme of this channel, which is exploring and experimenting with alternative perspectives and alternative ideas. Because the more you have exposure to alternative ways of thinking, living, and being, the freer you become. You become free when you know that you don't have to do that specific thing one way, and you have options, right? So options free us all, and experimenting will give us more options because we will know that there is more than one way to do something. Simple as that, right? So my question to you is, what are some ways that you have experimented with maybe a new idea? For example, every time you pick up a book, you are pretty much experimenting with new ideas and perspectives and ways of thinking. Every time you attend a lecture, every time you attend a lecture, every time you go to an educational event, every time you talk to a new person who may disagree with you or who may argue with you, you are exposing yourself to just another reality, something that you possibly may not have been exposed to before or have had knowledge of before said encounter. So what are some ways in which you like to experiment and broaden your horizons and perspectives? What are some ways in which you have recently experimented with new ideas, like reading a new book or something like that, or attending a lecture, with new activities, like maybe trying, for example, this summer I put myself in guitar lessons, so I did that. Maybe new classes, new activities, new skills, maybe new cultures, different cultures. Like what do you do to experiment and to see what works for you and what doesn't? Yeah, I'm gonna take some notes. Because I am always trying to experiment. Life is about experimentation and figuring out what works and what doesn't work. So yeah, help a sister out. Tell me what you do in order to try out new things. All right, until next time, you know what to do. Subscribe, leave a comment or a question or a statement or anything.